Good morning, everybody. This is Lena, and you're watching an early version of Lena's life. I didn't plan on coming out here, but I decided to, I guess, take a trip because I got the car yesterday and I made a short video yesterday about my car and stuff and getting it. And I was gonna post some more videos talking about it, but I really, oh wow, that's cool. You could do all kinds of, sorry, all kinds of different features and stuff on here to change it. Um, cool. I got distracted, so sorry. uh, Easily distracted by stuff. But I'm just so excited, where life is going for me, what is taking place, the new changes, all the different things that are happening. I am just absolutely astounded and amazed, just amazed at what I am able to experience now. It's like I remember driving into Tucson when I used to come here occasionally uh, with my spouse and stuff, and it was a thing where we had a focus on where we were going to be, when we were going to go. We were going to go eat, and then we were done. And now I feel like I walk in or drive in and I can look around. I can see colors and things that I didn't notice before, and little stores, and just little things. The people walking. There's just, I mean, it's just a different feel for me altogether. It it's just different. It's just different, and I love it. I love it because I'm a lover of life, and I'm a lover of experiences and everything, and I just I just feel like I just haven't been able. I've been closed up for a long time. I haven't been able to experience um, life really. It's been like a journey of recovery, and in many ways I felt isolated. Um, and I guess I've done it to myself, but regardless of how it's taken place or what's happened, um, this new experiencing of the freedoms that I have now is just so incredibly liberating and powerful. I am just amazed. I was on the road yesterday with my friend Rebecca, and I was just sharing my heart. I was just sharing my my just my life, and it was with this beautiful woman that just had no judgment against me, and it was just so incredibly healing, to be around her. Just being around my friend Rebecca is healing for me, because she's like, Lena, I I can see how you feel, misunderstood, and how you feel like, you really have suffered a lot of tremendous loss. And we were getting into some nitty-gritty stuff, and she's like, I don't want to offend, and I just want to let you know that, I just feel that you are a beautiful, beautiful person inside and out. And if you don't do anything, you know, I would love you no matter what. But I just want you to be whole. And if being whole for you is just being who you are, as you are, I accept that. And, I honestly don't think that God judges you for being the way you are and being the person that you are. I mean, 5 years ago, I would have thought, oh my gosh, I got to pray for my friend Lena. She's going to hell. But it's like now she's like, I don't feel that way. I just feel love for you. And I know that God feels that same love for you. And I told her, I feel that way. I feel like God knows my heart. He knows my individual self. He knows who He created me to be. And although there are those who would say, well, if God did this, if God made you this, then you need to live as this. But God created individuality within the human spectrum of life. And I know that God made me the way I am because that's who He made me to be. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. Love yourself. Love yourself. And that just means loving the person, loving your physical self, loving your spiritual self, loving your emotional self, loving your inner self. But love yourself. My, spouse used to say, we love you, but remember to always love yourselves too. And it comes from the verse where Jesus talks about, the two commandments of love and how, you know, it says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And love your neighbor as you love yourself. And I do. I love myself, and in loving myself, I'm able to love others, incredibly, because out of that love that we have for ourselves flows the love for others that we would be able to demonstrate and offer to other people. I don't even know how to explain it. Honestly, I don't. But what I do know is that I am overwhelmingly overcome with a tremendous compassion to love people. I see people in a totally different way than I ever have before. I see people that just need love. I don't even see them as needing God. Oh, sorry. I see them as needing love. And we love people because, they're beautiful. And in God's eyes, they're perfect the way they are. They're beautiful in their faults. They're beautiful in their brokenness. They're beautiful in their frayed appearance. They're beautiful no matter what they do to themselves. And I think one of the greatest lessons we can learn as human beings is to love unconditionally those around us from no matter what walk of life that we are in or come from or that we see, that we would just love and accept people, that we would just love and accept those who are seemingly unlovable. You know, people that just need to know that they're not alone, you know. And I think where the church has really gotten it wrong is by rejecting those that God loves. Because God never rejects those people, you know. I mean, and it's anybody. It's anybody dealing with anything, you know. God doesn't reject the murderer. God doesn't reject the adulterer. God doesn't reject the fornicator. God doesn't reject the homeless guy. God doesn't reject the rich guy. You know, God loves, and that God within us loves greatly. So I'm kind of overwhelmed and overcome with a great sense of compassion for humanity and a great longing to be able to share in a way that, you know, there are no bars up anymore, that there aren't any gates up, that there aren't any fences up, you know, that there isn't any judgment up. Judgment does nothing but condemn. That's all it does. It doesn't do anything but condemn people. And if you see light in somebody, and they might be dealing with no matter what issue, I would encourage anyone, myself first, you know, because I want to take care of my perceptions before I try to encourage other people to do anything. Um, See the light in others and celebrate that light. Because the darkness is nothing but a shadow, and it's an illusion, and it really doesn't exist. But the light, that's the real thing. That's what really is happening inside of a person, because we are made of light. We're not made of darkness. And I think it's beautiful when we're able to get to a place in our lives where we are able to celebrate the light in someone and call out that light, no matter how tiny it is, no matter how small and insignificant that little flickering flame seems to be inside of a person, and the other is magnified at this point in time. Call out that little flicker. That's what needs to be fanned. That's what needs to be given oxygen. You know, when a fire, when you're gonna start a fire, campfire, bonfire, whatever fire, you want to put like it in a position where it gets exposed to oxygen. So you blow on it, you create an environment for it so that you stack the sticks up. I remember I was never really good at it, but you just stack the sticks up and then you let the air kind of circulate under it, put some kindling down there, and you let those flames rise. And that's the beauty, you know. We want to stoke the flames of positivity, of love, of acceptance, of life into people. And if they have a little tiny, tiny flicker, that's all you need. It takes the tiniest of seeds to create a huge tree. So imagine what you can do when you just stoke the flame of a person that is broken and they feel like no one wants them, but you call out the beautiful flame that's in them, that beautiful spirit that they have, that we all have as humans, as eternal spirits. Because our flame never dies. We're eternal. We don't need to confess to a Savior to get that eternity, because we are eternal. You know, I'm going through a revival of sorts, because I'm understanding that there's a place for the God that I've served and I've understood to exist. And many times in my faith, I've walked into these areas of doubt and frustration, and I've been absolutely like disgusted with the church. I've just been disgusted with Christianity in general. You know, it's been just really frustrating, because as a human being, as a person who is after truth, I have seen so many lies, so much deception, so much that I don't resonate with, you know, that I don't agree with, that I don't believe in, you know. But one thing remains. One thing remains is that He who created a good work in me will be faithful to complete it. You know, I mean, God started working on my heart. God, Spirit, Mother, Father, Father, Mother, Source, the unknowable one, the God of creation, of our spirits, started working on me at a very young age and had me understanding certain concepts that most people wouldn't even want to, you know, entertain. But here's this precocious little inquisitive little kid that wants to know stuff, you know. And I've always had a childlike demeanor about me, that I've always wanted to know the truth. It's like, but why are things the way they are? Why do we have to go to church? Why do I have to take communion? Why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? I mean, so these are questions that a little kid asks, and you know, I mean, parents do their best to give them the answers and stuff, but they're like, why are you asking these questions? What is it that, you know? And it's like, well, that's how God made me. Made me to be inquisitive. Gave me an explorer's heart, you know, and a childlike exuberance. And I just want to know the truth. You know, is it too much to ask to know the truth? I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's what exists, is truth, you know? Truth and love, those are the things that exist. Whew. I am just going through a lot, a lot, processing the divorce, processing my last several years of choices and decisions that I've made for myself in my life. Um, but what I've come to understand more than anything else, really, is is that God loves me just the way I am, and because of that love that He has for me, she, I can offer that same non-judgmental, compassionate, understanding, empathy to others. And it's not that I love because, like the typical Christian line would be, well, you're only capable of loving because God's given you that heart to love. But personally, I just think that God created me to love and to be an expression of love. And it's not a matter of getting saved to do that. It's a matter of just accepting that at our core, we are love. Our energy is love. That is who we are. That is what we are. We are physical manifestations of an eternal essence that judges not and accepts all and has compassion for all. That's all we are. We are physical manifestations of love. And when you get into becoming a physical manifestation of anything else, then you become incapable of doing what you were called to do. I can't really see anybody's comments, so sorry, you guys. I don't know why, but I don't know, maybe it's better than I just keep talking, because sometimes I get distracted by comments and I'm not able to focus on what I'm saying, but I love comments. I love it when you guys, but I guess for another show, another episode of Lena's Life, I'll be on my computer. I don't know what's going to look like. I guess I'm going to have the house by Friday night, potentially to myself. So I'll have the freedom to do more videos, little segments. Who knows? Maybe I'll even play my keyboard. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not really a performer. I'm more of a worshiper. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just let you in on maybe a worship session or something like that. Just like kind of like unplugged or something, and just play, and you guys can listen or watch or whatever. But I have to set the camera. I was thinking about getting a like dedicated webcam, because when I do stuff, I usually have my laptop. But maybe I'll finally be able to get some regular sleep. I'm not complaining, but the last month or 2 months, I have been waking up so super early, like too early. I don't know why. Like even now, I woke up like at 5 and I went to bed, I don't know, midnight. I'm not sure. But I woke up and well, I had to go pee, but I woke up and I didn't really plan on overnighting here. I honestly didn't. Um, but it was like, you know, I have no schedule. I don't really need to be back. I have nothing to see. Um, and I just got my new car. Yes. So I wanted to kind of take it for a spin. And I love it. I love my new car. I mean, if there could be a more perfect fit for me, I don't know what it would be at this point in time. The price is right. It it just it was a very well taken care of vehicle. Has a huge trunk. I mean, it has a great transmission. I mean, I hear it and it sounds like it's gonna last a long time for me. It's very problem free. Apparently Hyundai's are really good trouble free cars, sort of like Toyotas and stuff and Hondas. Um, but it's like I honestly I was just looking up. I don't know. I don't know how I found it, but if you guys are ever in search of a car, I would highly recommend you check out Carvana.com. Carvana. It is an amazing website. I mean, the customer service rep who came and brought the car to me was like, I was like, honestly, part of me thought that maybe this wasn't legit. And I remember talking to my friend Rebecca when we pulled in to this little town where we were supposed to meet the Carvana guy. Um, she was like, "Are you sure, Lena? Is this?" And I'm like, "It is. I checked it out. I looked at it. I saw the website. I signed the contracts, and I mean, there's so many scams out there, but this was legit, people. This was legit. This was like the modern way of buying a car. No hassle. No need to go to a dealership. All you have to do is like look at pictures and look at the reports, see what the car is, and see if it fits what you want. And, I mean, in this day and age, they take incredibly high resolution pictures. They show you every ding, every defect on the car. And like when I got it, it was like a brand new car. Literally, they had armor all the tires and shined it all up, and it was super. I mean, it was so clean. You could eat off of the thing. It was that clean. It was amazing, amazing, and I just knew. It's like you just know. It's like I saw it, and I just knew that it was my car. And he's like, "Well, if you want to take it for a spin before you sign the contracts and stuff, I mean, and we have a 5,000-mile warranty so that if within 400 miles or 5,000, 400 miles or 5,000, no, I get it mixed up. Something 5,000 miles or 400 days, whatever it is, they have a warranty anyway, and they give you a certain amount of time for you to decide. And if you don't want it, you could have them pick it up again and they'll sell you a different car. So they don't physically have dealerships, but if you want something, it's like they go pull it from the inventory that they have, for potential. And it's like the guy was saying they only have like 10 people in the office or something like that in different locations. So it's not like a big used car lot, but they deal everything, like online. So it saves them money. It saves them time. It saves them, having to pay for like how many of you have gone to a dealership? I grew up going to dealerships with my dad. My dad was a car hound, you know. I mean, it was like it was like he lived for going to check out cars and stuff, and he was a car aficionado. So I used to spend a lot of time going after hours with my dad, and because he didn't like to go in the daytime, you know, that's when the sharks are out, and they're, you know, a lot of times the personality of used car salesmen are typically kind of like the same as what a typical like turn or burn pastor would be. I find it I find it really ironic that when my ex brother-in-law um, lost his job or something as a assistant pastor at a church, what did he do? He applied for a position as a used car salesman. And that's not the first time I've ever heard of it, you know, because it's the power of persuasion that they're really good at, you know. And those of you that need to give your heart to Jesus, I'm going to give you to the count of three, you know, to get up out of your chair and walk down the aisle and confess your sins, you know. And it's like, and then there's those used car salesmen. They're like, well, how much would it take to get you into this car today? What can I do? And it's like, oh my gosh, these are people that's like one and the same, you know? So my dad hated to go to the dealerships to deal with those kind of people. So I'd go at night. And, well, I bought a Saturn back in '94 that, you know, the reason I liked going to Saturn, the dealership, was because they had a no haggle price. It was like, you know what you're getting, you know what it is, this is the price. I'm not going to hound you about it. We're not going to go into like backdoor discussions under, you know, like pressured situations and say, I'm going to go talk to my manager, then come back and postulate and think that something's being done. I remember my dad would like be in negotiations for like 6 hours for a car. I mean, I never was like that. I never cared about cars like that or dealing with people like that. You know, I know they want to make a profit, you know, and businesses want to sell you something and make a living doing it. So I understand it's part of the whole shtick, right? Of life here on this planet. You have to make money. So you don't want to be in business so that you don't make a profit. But these people have figured it out. They figured it out. They figured out how to make a profit, for one, and they figured out how to not hassle people, too, which is nice. So I didn't have to deal with the guy trying to sell me anything. I already had bought the car. I knew what I wanted, and I got exactly what I wanted and more. And I am just so excited, so excited. Um, One of the reasons that I chose to stay overnight was because it was already 2 o'clock when I first got here. And I was like, you know, I don't have a really good track record of driving at night. And I don't want to drive at night. It kind of freaks me out now. You know, it's probably PTSD from the accident. But I was like, you know, just overnight. And then when you get up, you can just get ready. You could go look around and explore, maybe go to a park, go to oh, wait, a mall? A mall? Maybe. Um, I yeah. And I wanted to go to my favorite buffet place called Sweet Tomatoes that makes awesome like vegan selections available for people like me who like to eat, you know, healthy. And I always get a coupon and stuff. It's like under 10, I think it was like $11 this time around. But I had, you know, salad with like every veggie that I would want, um, and a soup bar with like 6 or 7 different soups. And I'm not like picky vegan anymore, so I'll if something has a little meat in it, I'll put it in. It's not like it's gonna, I'm just not living there. I'm not living in the whole like, oh, I'm strictly plant-based. I don't ever want to touch meat again. It's like, if there's like turkey chili with like little specks of chili turkey in it or something, I'm not gonna not eat it, because I'm just a person who just wants to make good decisions about my health, but I don't want to go overboard with it. I don't want to be like totally like given over to like being like insanely zealous about my choices of food. Because, I mean, interacting with people, visiting with others, I don't want to be that selective where they go, oh, Lena doesn't like this or Lena doesn't like that. I'll just eat whatever they serve me or whatever we agree on and stuff, and whatever's available. But when I get a choice, I crave vegetables. I mean, I don't crave meat. I crave like crispy, raw, like organic, um, I mean, carrots, anything crunchy, anything like fresh. So my body, it desires those things. And I know that if I fill my body with more of those things than the others, then I'm on the right track. I don't like fret the small stuff. I really don't. And these days, I just take what comes to me. Like I had a choice, do I want black bean chili or do I want like this kale like medley soup or do I want tomato bisque? And it's like when I saw that the tomato bisque had anchovies in it, or was made with something that had anchovies, I was like, that's cool. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. But this veggie, like kale soup, just looked really fresh and really tasty. And it had like a seasonal thing to it where it was one of those seasonal items. So I was like, I could have the tomato soup any other time. I won't always, oops, I won't always be able to get, the other. So I just chose that one, but not because it was vegan. It was just because it was the best choice for me at the time. And many times, my best choice is going to be my vegan choice. But, you know, I'm working through it. I know what my body craves. I know what it likes. And the most important thing about making choices in our diet is to not stress out over it, not to get yourself to a place where you get really like, I don't know, where you get frustrated or you get stressed, you get all bent out of shape over a donut or something. I'm not going to go look for the donut, but like yesterday, it was like there was a gluten-free lemon muffin and blueberry muffins and chocolate muffins, I guess. Well, I got the blueberry and I got the lemon one. And then I just got like a little like soft serve scoop, on top of it. Put a little bit of granola on it. Now, I could have gotten the Oreos, right? I could have gotten the chocolate one. I could have doused it with chocolate syrup. I could have put sprinkles on it, but I chose not to. Like I found myself eating less. It's funny, less than I did when I was a one meal a day eater. I mean, I didn't really eat a breakfast yesterday morning. I was so excited about my car. And I packed myself some fruit. I packed myself some granola. And I just stuck it in my backpack. And I started eating on the granola after I got the car. But I had granola, and then I had some. Um, I did one trip, at the salad bar, and I took my time eating. I mean, I think that's one of the things that you can do is we are so bent in this society, in this quick eat it in your car, fast food, run in, run out, type lifestyles that we live, that we don't stop to chew our food. We just like we need to take time and consider what we're putting in our mouth, and what it feels like, on your teeth, what the sensations are around your mouth. I mean, there are so many different zones in your tongue, on your tongue, that, you know, detect different flavors, detect different textures and different things. And when you're just like, and I used to do it, and so I'm not like, really judging anybody. I judge myself. I used to just insert food and think later, or, I mean, it was like, you just eat to eat. And now I enjoy it. I taste the flavor of the tomato, and I let it like kind of sit in my mouth and flavor it. I taste the flavors of the peppers or the carrots or the soups or whatever, and I take my time. And when you take your time, you don't eat as much because you get fuller faster. Because that's what, it's like everything's perception. And I just, it's interesting, but, you just need to, I guess the rule of thumb is to be present in your eating, to be available to just make whatever it is that you're doing a deliberate action, something that has intention. Be intentional. That's right. Be intentional in everything you do. Don't just be flippant about things. Like when you're driving, and I noticed this for me, since I was in an accident, I'm very intentional about my movement, how I drive my car now. I'm spatially aware of everything around me. I'm more cognizant of the things that are taking place in my vicinity, so that I'm actually like engaged in the world around me. I'm not just driving my car and texting and looking and not paying attention. I'm like observing. I'm being deliberate in what I'm doing. And when you're in a car, as opposed to what I used to do in the past, which was be very inattentive and very disconnected from the world around me, I notice things. I notice what people are doing and things that are happening before they happen. It's like, oh, that car's too close, or oh, that place is down the street, but in order for me to get there, there's people in the crosswalk and I need to be aware. It's like, so, oh, there's a bicycle like way up ahead. Okay, making sure that it's not going to cross into the road. I mean, so I'm looking and seriously like intentionally absorbed and a part of the environment. So I would say, like with eating, that's what you can do. You can just be absorbed and intentional with the nutrients that you're putting in your mouth. It's not just, see burger, eat burger, see fry, eat fry. It's like see fry, touch fry, taste fry, chew fry, think about flavors of the fry. Um, I guess it's just more intentional. So please, 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 please be intentional with everything you do. Be intentional in your relationships, right? It's important to be engaged with the people you love around you, or just the people that you encounter in life. Like if you're at a store and you're looking at things and you're focused on finding something, like I I went into Ulta yesterday because when I left the house, of course, me, spontaneity, um, pronounced, personified me, I decided to go pick up my car. I never intended to go to Tucson. That was not my focus. Thankfully, I did bring some food, but I didn't bring overnight clothes, makeup, or anything. So I ran into a thrift store and picked up a couple of things, and then went to, oh, and then I bought this jean skirt. It was like $3 or something. And I tried it on. It was like way too big. It was a size 6. And I'm like, even a 4 was like kind of like, because I got this other jean skirt. It's going to work, but whew, I I didn't try it on, so I'm going to have to return it. But that's another story. But like engage around with the people that you encounter, the people in the aisle next to you, or the people on the register. I mean, just like if they ask you how you're doing, you ask them, how are you doing? It's not just about how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing fine. It's like you ask them, I'm having a great day. How's your day? I hope that you're having a good day, And then you're then plugged in, to the world around you. Smile at those you encounter when you're driving, I mean, obviously not weird, but, acknowledge them. They're driving a car, you're like stopped at a stoplight or something. They, people get so caught up, or they're texting or something, that they lose touch of the humanity that is around them all the time. So just be intentional. I just love that. I love that. Be intentional. That's just so important to me to know that I am learning things every day. And one of the biggest lessons that I'm learning is to be intentional. Well, I'm going on almost 48 minutes now talking, so I'm going to, let me see, maybe check on my Facebook, maybe call my friend if she's available to talk, and then get ready, take a shower, yes, my own shower, and just go greet the day. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go greet the day and then make my way back eventually in the afternoon to Silver City so that I get there with plenty of daylight. And then I'll just lay low tomorrow, relax. And what is it? Is today Wednesday or Thursday? I think is today Thursday? I don't know. My days get run together. Hmm. But anyway, I am going to enjoy my weekend. Probably go watch a movie at that theater again. $2 theater, $1 popcorn. What what else would a girl want? I mean, it's just awesome. So I'm going to ride my bike. Maybe bring it in to the guy. Oh, I got to show you my bike. I got a new bike. I traded in my older red one and got a new bike so that I can just go enjoy the hills here, enjoy the trails and the mountains and the beauty and nature, and just, get out there and live life. Um, Not worried about things around me happening, the world falling apart, the end of the world coming. I'm just, I just want to be a light. I just want to be a light. That's it. And I want to find that little flicker of light in each and every one of you. If I see you, and I'm going to call that out. Okay? I'm going to call that light out because that is all we're here to do. The darkness will take care of itself. All you need is light, and darkness goes away, right? I mean, it's like, for example, okay, I'm going to turn this off. It's dark. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Oh my goodness, darkness, it's not going to go away. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I just turn on the light. That's it. That's all it took. Turning on the light. And when you turn on the light in a person and call that beautiful essence of life out and tell them that they're beautiful and tell them that they're wanted and accepted and there's nothing they can do to lose that love that our Creator has for them and that I have for them and that the Creator within me has for them, because that's what it is. It's the Creator in me. It's the God in me that wants others to have that light called out in them. So we don't see people as broken. We see them as beautiful, not broken, beautiful. Anyway, you guys have a beautiful morning, and I'll probably be on again, can't stay away for too long. Just love sharing, love being able to be a source of any kind of inspiration and positivity and joy and peace and love and acceptance. Love you guys. Have a great morning. All right.